everyone and welcome to Craftworks. For the next 4 weeks I'm going to be using the stamp set Enjoy the Rhythm, and I hope that this is going to inspire you to use this set. I'm pairing it today with the Merry Melody embossing folder. This is the packet, and it's a 3D embossing folder and you can really see the detail in that. The acetate I'm using is called Gold Celebrations. Now on the back side of these it's actually silver, so if you wanted to you could do gold or silver. There's 3 sheets in here, the dotty one and this one. So, but I'm using the one with the swirlies. I suppose it's like a confetti, because I think it's really cool. So let's just get started. So I've got my regular card base in basic black. Just going to move that out of the way. Put that there so I can see it. And my layers, so I need the real red, and this is 3 1/4 inches by 5 inches, because I want quite a big border around that. Then I need a piece of white cardstock which measures 3 inches by 4 3/4, and that's the piece that I've embossed. I then have a piece of scrap. Now this measures 1 inch, and I'm going to cut it to 3 inches because I'm going to put that across the bottom here, and I'm going to do exactly the same with the acetate. So I've already cut it down to 1 inch, and I need this to be 3 inches also. Oh, that did not work. So it's really important that when you are cutting acetate, you start from the bottom, have your blade at the bottom, especially when it's a small piece. That way you'll definitely get a decent cut. Going to move that to one side. So I'm going to start off with the acetate onto my black piece, and I'm just going to dot glue where it won't show through. So take your time in doing this. Because unfortunately this doesn't really dry clear, so you will see your glue marks. So I've not done a great job of that, but and just line that up there, and then add this piece to the bottom. If you recreate this card, you'll have more time than me. I don't, so you'll do it neater. The other thing that you could do is you could make this piece thicker, so put a line of glue across here and then overlap this piece so you won't see any glue marks. So this piece here is quite a bit bigger than I want it to be, so I'm going to trim this down to 1/2 inch, and that will be my band going across. So if I go this way, put your blade at the bottom, what we need to do is we need to stick this piece down onto our red, and this is actually a really quick and easy card, really. The longest piece of this will be fussy cutting. And then that goes there. And then this piece is going on in the centre. Give that a good press down. And because this is raised, okay, I'm going to snip this off. I'm going to turn it over, get my scissors, and I'm going to, my scissors are, so, now I'm not happy with that edge. So I've got the size pretty much that I want. It doesn't matter if it hangs over a bit more this way, because you're not actually going to see it, because once you put your circle down, it's going to cover that section. So because I want a nice straight edge, and I don't like that edge there, it's a bit raggedy, I'm just going to trim off like that. So my raggedy edge that I don't like, I'm going to put over this side. So I need this to line up with the end of the card. You can use ribbon, anything you like, really doesn't matter. And then what I've got now is I've got the two larger circles from the Stylish Shapes. These are a staple. You must have these. These are just awesome. Okay, and I've cut one in red, one in white, and I am going to get my Memento ink and I'm going to stamp a happy birthday in the centre, like that. I'm going to give this a clean. Oops. And then get my guitar. This stamp set has all kinds of musical things. You've got your drum kit, your keyboard, musical notes. You rock my world. I would probably just say you rock. I love the happy birthday sentiment. Enjoy the rhythm of each day and treble maker. Not sure I'd use either of those, but who knows. But the drum kit, the detail on it is pretty awesome. And I had a piece of white paper for this and I can't find it. Here we go. So we need two of these. And then fussy cut those out. Now I've done that ahead of time. So let me just move that over there. So one I've coloured in, one I haven't. Okay, so I'm using dark real red, and you need to use the fine tip on here. And just take your time, because it is quite narrow, the sections that you need to colour in. You could colour in the whole guitar if you wanted to. I'm just doing the edge. And I'm trying not to get my head in the camera. Some dodgy colouring in there, but it doesn't notice that much. So now we'll bring in our card blank and we'll stick these two pieces down together. And we'll put that there. Now I'm just going to cover over this piece here really, and I just want to see a bit of black. Make sure you get it quite straight. And now I'm going to stick down my guitars. And I want this one going this way. You can pop this up on dimensionals if you wanted to, but because there's quite a lot of layers here, I didn't want to. I think I'm going to put that one there, I'm going to hang that way. And that there is our finished card. There's the first one. There's the second one. So I hope this inspires you to create something this week. This kind of layout, you can use anything really. I just thought it's Monday morning and let's have a bit of getting your mojo back into crafting. So thank you for joining me today. Goodbye.